All right, welcome back to Missing Persons TV. I'm Brian Ladd. It's Wednesday, April 15th, 2009, 9:16 p.m. As we discussed last night, we're going to be covering 3 cases tonight. These are older cases from 2007. The first case is number 553, which is Sarah Kinslow. Number 554, Lisa Stebic. And number 555, Everlyse Cabrera. As usual, Deborah's on the phone with me. How you doing, Deborah?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing tonight, Brian? And hello to you, Brett.
Hello. Yeah, Brett's my neighbor. He's coming over here to help me with some paperwork here from last night's cases. We're getting that in order. It's not actually posted on the website yet, but he'll be discussing that. I've known Brett for about 6 months now. He runs a pressure washing company, and he just recently got certified to clean restaurant hoods and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys know or not. When they cook stuff in restaurants, all that grease goes up and collects in the ducts and into the fans and everything that goes out there. So what he does is he comes in there with the team and they actually clean from top to bottom restaurant hoods and everything using pressure washers, actually physically scraping the stuff out, the grease, which is a lot of grease, out of there, and cleans it all up. Looks nice and pretty. EPA certified, and he's got some type of certificate or something like that. I know you just got back from school. So anyways, if you guys want to visit his website, it's amazingpressurewashing.net. We're working on a video. I actually helped him clean a restaurant hood a couple weeks ago, a Chinese restaurant here in town. The food was excellent too.
It was good.
Okay, so anyways, what's that? Did you want to say something?
Oh no.
Okay. I'm still a little under the weather. It seems like I'm getting, each one of my kids has got something different. I'm picking up a little bit of that, so I'm going to put a cough drop in my mouth so I don't keep coughing tonight. Okay, so we mentioned those cases. We have 3 new cases that I've done some work on that are completed. They have not been posted on the site, but I'm going to get those up. Brett's looking at them right now. We'll get those scanned and stuff. And Deborah, you have that information. But let's get things started off with some good news. Aji Desir, we all know he went missing. Well, I can't keep that up. I don't want to look respectful. He went missing January 10th. You're coughing. January 10th of 2009 from Immokalee, Florida. Every night we've been stressing that this child needs some attention. The media has not been paying attention to him, despite all the efforts that everybody I know have been putting out, sending out emails to news media, to Nancy Grace, to Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jackson. No responses back from anybody until now. We're proud to announce that psychic Gail St. John is on her way down to Florida. She's actually in Florida right now. In a vehicle that they rented. And if you check the news on Aji Desir, they're now reporting on Gail, and along with reporting on Gail, they're showing pictures of Aji. So this is the first news report that's come out on Aji in weeks. And we thank Gail, and I want to thank you, Deborah, for sending out the press release too. Anything to say about that, Deborah?
Anything for me to say?
I know we're
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to Gail and Tamara going down there. And, taking their time away from their families, the long days that they work, they're out there by 6 in the morning, they go from sun up till sundown. I think it's incredible what they do. And I'm a huge believer in the work that Gail does. And, I'm grateful also to Naples News down in Florida for getting Aji's picture out there and the information, interviewing Gail by phone, I believe it was.
Yeah.
She will be down there working to find Aji. She'll be out at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, scouting the area and doing her blind drive about 10. I know we've talked about this before. Then she'll be in Immokalee until Sunday night when she moves her search efforts to the Satsuma, Florida area to look for Haley until about Thursday, I believe, when she returns back to Ohio. So she's got some really long days ahead. And anyone who's followed Gail's travels before, because she did go down to Florida for the Kaylee Anthony case 3 times. If you were following Gail's work at that time, Brian's work, everyone that was working at that point on the case, I was a reader at that point on Brian's site, but I would listen to the radio shows that they had, and it would be in the wee hours of the morning, and a lot of times Gail and team members hadn't slept yet, they hadn't eaten, they'd been out all day, they were wanting to get food, have dinner at that late hour, and then tackle mapping and what they were going to do the next day. And then by the time about 4 a.m. rolls around, now mind you, this could be 1 or 2 in the morning, and they're doing a broadcast with Brian. And they still have all the other stuff to do, and by 4 in the morning, they're up.
Yeah, that's true.
Start the next day. So they work some really long days.
Yeah, well, I know we did about 15 radio shows with those guys, and they're outstanding.
Yeah, a lot of them. It's really impressive stuff.
And even after all the, when you bring in psychics and missing people, everybody has their own opinions, and even after all that, they still stuck with it. And at least they talked with us, and we got a lot of good things put out on that. And I think it actually helped.
Well, there was a poll on that article, Brian, and you told me to take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised. You want to tell people about that poll on the Naples News
article?
Yeah,
let's bring that up real quick. Let's give credit to the source first of all. That's naplesnews.com. And they put out a really nice article, and we want to thank them for that. I know Gail told me to let them know that she thanks them a lot for writing that article on her and what she plans on doing. And also, we want to give credit to the police department. The police department actually put out publicly that they are willing to work with Gail. They said basically, they'll take help from anywhere they can get it. And I really wish more agencies were like that. I mean, that's just outstanding that they're able to assist her, because really you need the authorities blessing to search a lot of areas. If they have that, Gail is ecstatic if they're going to let her do that. And hopefully that's what's going to happen. But the poll, there was a poll on there that says, do you believe in psychics? And I said, oh gosh, here we go. So I click on yes, I believe in psychics. And then they show the poll results. And the poll results are, what were the percentages? I'm not exactly sure.
I believe it was 49% did believe when I looked at it, and then 30-some% were, I don't know if it was 30% in the not sure or 30-some% in the not believing.
Right.
And then like 16% was the other one as far as not sure or not believing. But basically the bulk, about half the people believed in it, and as a whole, most people were open to it.
Yeah, I was astounded because I think I heard somewhere in some national poll that only about 10% of the people in America actually believe in psychics. When I saw that, it's like, wow, that's a little different. Maybe because the article says psychic and people are reading that because of it, but I don't know. I think that's, I'm happy that a lot of people actually have an open mind towards something like that.
Desperate measures, desperate times.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, I know this kind of dates me. My kids are older, but I wouldn't care if it was Ronald McDonald or Barney the dinosaur wanting to help.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is willing to help in whatever way, shape, or form, get information out there, or in Gail's case, she's going out there and physically searching.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how anybody would complain, but as you know, people do sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully this time people, opinions are great, but keep it to yourself, because I think when you do that, you actually hurt people's feelings and stuff. Do it maybe after. Let them do what they need to do. I'm really sorry if it looks like I'm chewing this. I got a cough drop and I got a sore throat. I don't want to keep coughing on the air. So she's going down there. She's in her vehicle right now, and she's driving down. She actually landed. Where did she land? Was it Orlando?
She flew into the Orlando area,
okay.
And then it was about a 4-hour drive to where she's headed.
Okay, so she's in the car right now. Let's see if we can get a hold of her and see what's going on. Real quick, I'm going to try to call her. From what I know, I last talked to her, she's still driving. See, there's Gail's car in her search dogs.
Big shit with his stuff in there. What kind of dogs are they?
Hello.
Hey, Gail, this is Brian.
Yeah, hey, Brian. How you doing?
Hey, we're on the air right now. I'll let everybody know that you landed safely, and you're on your way to Immokalee. Can you tell us where you're at right now?
I'm actually just about to get off in the Naples area.
Okay. You know what? Are you going to be staying in a hotel tonight, or with friends?
I'm actually going to be staying with someone.
Okay. Great. We mentioned some of the articles that were out on you today, and we're ecstatic that Aji's picture is getting attention now. Really, that's because of you. So we wanted to thank you for that. And if you need anything, let us know. Get in there and get a good night's sleep. What do you plan on doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow I will do the blind drive, providing I can
Okay.
from enough people. I need to have some concentration, and I realize that, you know, it's great with media and everything, and to use attention to Aji, but I also need that time and that quiet to go ahead and do the blind drive.
Right, we talked about that earlier. That's the first thing you guys do when you get into the area is do a blind drive. And when you guys do that, you don't really bring anybody with you, no searchers, because you guys actually need to, you know, do whatever the psychics do, get into that meditative state or whatever. So I know it's really, you're the only psychic.
Yeah, I want to get familiar. I want to get familiar with the area, get a feel for it, see if I can pick up the vibration and start the blind drive. And if I have a lot of people around there, it just really, you know, causes a lot of problems.
Okay. So you're gonna do the blind drive. Then after that, you're gonna from whatever feelings or whatever you get from that. I know you take notes on that, and I know you videotape that for your records. Then you're gonna start searching these areas.
Then I'm going to get out, look at the areas. If I deem that it's too dangerous to get out and search, I'm going to end up, you know, having some local people come out, give me a hand, you know what I mean?
Okay.
There are some areas out here that are pretty dangerous.
Okay. As far as the local law enforcement, have you been able to reach them, or have they contacted you yet?
No, they have not.
Okay. From what I've seen in the article, that they're very open to having you come down there and help. I noticed in the article they said they were going to try to contact you. Let me make sure that they have your correct phone number. Deborah's been gracious enough to help write the press release for you. So we'll make sure that they have the phone number, see if they can contact you. Because with local law enforcement, I was bringing up, and that's a great benefit to you if they're supporting you, because that allows you to get into areas without actually, you know, possibly getting into trouble for trespassing or anything like that. Plus, they know the areas that they.
Right, and that's something I'm concerned about too. You know what I mean? You know, trespassing is an issue, and you know, if they get a hold of me, I mean, of course I'll work with them.
Wonderful.
Well, one of the great things is you'll know exactly where they've searched before and how the searches were conducted. And that may help you to rule some of it out, although you can still miss areas, we know that.
Right.
Because, you know, when it's already been searched does not necessarily mean that that area is 100% clear. Things can be missed, and we learned that in Kaylee's case.
Right, and I've learned that in a lot of cases. That's why, you know, I like to know what's been searched, but I don't necessarily pay attention to that because I've learned that through the years. You can miss things, and Brian's been out on a search, and you know that you can walk over something, go back over, go the next day, and find something, go, I know this hadn't been here yesterday, I missed it.
Okay.
And that's one of those important things, you can miss things.
Okay, I know you're going to spend a few days in the search for Aji. Let's hope you know, that goes well. And then I know that you're going to go help in the search for Haley Cummings. What do you know what day you're going to be leaving to the Orlando area then?
We'll leave Sunday to go for the search for Haley.
Okay.
And well, I think we'll actually be beginning because of the driving time. We'll be actually begin it early Monday morning.
Okay. Okay. What I've done is I've updated some information. I'll be posting it on your website. I know while Gail's gone, I will be updating Gail's website for her. That will include any videos that we do, news articles, or whatever that comes out. And then, Gail, you have a Twitter account. And I believe that's twitter.com/psychicgail.com for updates, correct?
Right.
Okay. So if you guys want updates, Gail's actually going to be sending out updates as they happen. So if you want to stay updated on that, just go to twitter.com/psychicgail. And you will, if you guys don't know how Twitter works, it's a free service. It allows you to, you know, keep updates and tabs on what people are doing. It's a great service. I recommend that everybody does it. I have one too. It's twitter.com/BrianStreams, and I usually send out an update whenever we do a show. Unfortunately, I forgot about this show. But anyway, so I'll be doing an interview with you, Gail, if you don't mind, at least once a day. If you have anything important or any breaking news or anything, you know, please let us know so we can do some, you know, do a show on it or something like that.
I certainly will.
Okay, thank you again for going down there. Anything else that you may need, or Did you get the walkie-talkies?
I didn't get those. I know that we may use them later and may get them, and we find have someone that has them. Other than that, I think we're pretty good right now.
Okay. And how's the rent-a-car going?
It's good.
Do you like it?
It's a little tiny car. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not a big one, but it's good with gas.
Okay. That sounds great, Gail. Anything else? We'll let you go. I don't want you driving and talking on the phone.
Okay.
But
all right, I'll keep everybody up to date.
Thank you, and drive safe. Skype me or something. Let me know when you get in and you're safe and everything else like that. And Brett's with you right now. Brett says hi.
Okay.
Hi.
All right, thanks, Brian.
All right, thank you, Gail. Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, you guys just heard Gail St. John. She's in Florida now. I think she'll be in her hotel room, or not her hotel room, staying with her friend here in about 30 minutes. Make sure that hung up there. And Travis just sent me a Skype too. Okay, nothing related to the case, but Travis is not. That's Travis Sanders. He's you guys may know him from A&E's Psychic Kids. He's not going down there, but I think on the next case that Gail's doing, him and Reggie are going onto location on that case, and I believe the case is in Arizona. Not exactly sure, but we'll let you know. Okay, Deborah. Yeah. Anything else you want to put out?
No, just for Gail to be safe, and for those that may not know, Gail's daughter Tamara is traveling with her, and Tamara is used to going with Gail on these searches. She's a huge help, and if anyone is wanting to help search, they can get in touch with Gail. They can email her, and that would be psychic@bex.net. And if you're wanting to help in the search efforts for Aji, or in the efforts for finding Haley when Gail gets to the Satsuma area, please remember to dress appropriately. That would be long pants. Bring a jacket in case, the weather's warmer in Florida. If you're wearing a short sleeve shirt, please bring a light jacket for when you're in woods and around the brush. It can get really thick from what Gail has said. Bug spray, sunscreen, possibly a hat, and make sure you've got on sneakers or some kind of boots. Some of the terrain gets really, really thick and hard to pass through. So I just wanted to bring that up because sometimes people show up in shorts and sandals, and that's not very search friendly.
Yeah, agreed. When I went out to search with Gail, I actually wore shorts, and she told me about that. I didn't really get it, but I do when I actually went out there. It's a good idea not to wear shorts, even though they're comfortable. Brett, what's on we got the weather computer up over there. What's the weather like for tomorrow? Do you know?
It's gonna be for the.
No, that's the wrong place. We'll check on that. I'm sure anybody else can tell. I think it's supposed
Should
to
be 63 tomorrow, is what I heard.
Okay. Well, whatever. We'll check on that. I'm sure, and we'll let Gail know too. I think the weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Okay, so let's move on to our 3 cases of the night. Like we said, there's Sarah Kinslow, Lisa Stebic, and Everlyse Cabrera. Let me get the graphics up for you real quick.
Before those cases, were you going to bring up the 3 new ones that you're going to be posting to your website later tonight that you've completed now?
Again, that's a nice way of saying I messed up. Yes, thank you, Deborah. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yes. Do you have the cases? I have the. These are the cases that I had done as far as dream drawings go. They're not posted to the website yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to just mention them real quickly as far as the information that I got, and then I'll be able to scan these things in. They're right here. I'll be able to scan these into with the scanner and put them on the website shortly. Deborah, can you bring up the first case, and then I'll just tell you what I got. And once again, tomorrow we'll do these cases in detail. We just want to let you guys know that there is information that we have on all 3 cases. And so you guys, basically, we were prompted to do this because of some people in the chat room were talking about a missing child from Canada, and that's one of the cases we had done. So first case, Deborah.
The first one would be for Rochelle Denise Battle. She's been missing since March 6, 2009. Her date of birth, September 5th, 1992. She is 16 years old, missing from Baltimore, Maryland. She's a black female, 5 feet 3 inches tall, 170 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a brown hooded sweatshirt, blue jeans, and brown boots. And she does have a tattoo on her right forearm. And what do you have on this case, Brian?
Okay, hold on. Okay, just show the picture here, and let me get the right face. Okay, there's I believe there's 2 dream drawings on this one. This says the word apples is a drawing of an apple. It might be a logo, a symbol, or something like that, or it could actually be an apple. It says she's working at a hotel in Washington, D.C. Let's see, flags. Okay, I'm thinking there's a drawing of some flags out here. The number 11 might be on one of them. I believe they're like, you know, when you see in front of hotels, there's like, you know, the American flag, different countries' flags. Maybe that's the hotel in question. And the next one says wall. It's a drawing of a wall. It's not easier if I just show these up real quick. I'm not exactly sure. These will be scanned. I don't know how to show you that. These will be scanned in the case files. Will be opened shortly as soon as we do the show. This is the wall that we're talking about. And that's good enough. You might be able to freeze that. Either way, the cases will be open. I'm not exactly sure what case number that will be. Okay, move on to the next case with you, Deborah.
The next case would be for Victoria Stafford. She goes by Tori, short for Victoria, that's C-O-R-I. She is the 8-year-old missing in Canada. She's missing for a week now since last Wednesday, which is April 8th. This case has had a lot of requests for it. I gave you this case after it was requested by BW and also by Cindy via email. The location that Victoria is missing from is Woodstock, Ontario. She's 4 feet 5 inches tall, 62 pounds. She has blue eyes and short blonde hair. She was last seen wearing a denim skirt, a green shirt, and a black Hannah Montana jacket with a fur-lined hood. The last information that they have on Tori was her leaving school grounds with an unidentified female. And they do have that on surveillance, although they have not been able to identify the person yet. What do you have on this case?
Okay, I think I've got a drawing of a woman here. Not exactly sure. I'll post that online. The woman's name may be Thames, T-H-A-M-E-S. And once again, here's a drawing of her. In the second dream drawing says Ding, it could be D-I-N-S Street, 1.7K, which would probably be 1.7 kilometers. And then River of Christians. I'm not exactly sure what that is. We'll have to do some research on that, but that is what we have here. And there's no symbols of death, fortunately. There's nothing like that on here, so I'm hoping that this case will end happily. I'm just looking. And once again, here's the picture. So I'm hoping that Victoria is safe. But we'll get that case open tonight, right after this show. Okay, the final case, as far as the new stuff goes, Deborah?
The final case is for John W. Glasgow, G-L-A-S-G-O-W. This case was requested in your missing persons forum by John's sister named DJ. He's been missing a little over a year. The date that he went missing is January 8th of 2008. Missing from Little Rock, Arkansas. Date of birth is October 1st, 1962. 45 years old when he went missing. He's 46 now. 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. Caucasian male, sandy brown hair, and he has grayish green eyes. He does have a facial tic when he is in a stressful situation, and it states here that he was last seen wearing khaki pants, a khaki coat, or a green marmot jacket, and he's also wearing a wedding band. He does suffer from high blood pressure. He was not taking any medication for it at the time that he went missing. He normally controls it through diet and exercise. What do you have on this case?
All right, thank you. If you guys want to know what that tapping noise is, whenever we get a little echo or something, we got to keep hitting the microphone. That's what's going on. So sorry about that. Brett, why is that doing that? You're in charge now.
Well, failure to communicate.
Okay, for John, fortunately, I think that John is alive, but I think that he was taken against his will. The first dream drawing says, call was due to 3 men out of McClellan, Texas, was taken to warehouse in Juarez, Juraz, Mexico, 1418. Here's you can read that. Once again, I'll post this in translated. And that's really hard to say too. Keep trying to do that. The next dream drawing is, I think this is the warehouse. That's definitely a warehouse. See that? These are like loading docks, I think. It's being held here. Can see the mountains. So I think this is where John may be at this time. It looks like, and pretty sure that's some type of warehouse. Those are docks we actually back trucks up to. And it says can see the mountains. So I think that John is probably safe in Mexico. We will definitely get more information on this. Anything else, Deborah? Let's move on to our cases.
With some reading that I've done on this case, Brian, and now you're stating that you believe he's alive and he was taken against his will. Do you see this as possibly being a money issue? Were they after his money maybe? Because he has money.
I don't know, Deborah. It doesn't say anything about money.
Well, what I saw when I was researching this case is that he's very successful.
Okay.
He earns a 7-figure income, and he had just deposited his yearly bonus in the bank, and his bonus for the prior year was approximately $300,000.
Okay.
And that money had not been touched or spent yet. But you know, a 7-figure income is a lot, and a $300,000 bonus is a lot. You know, and that's listed as far as even in the missing person databases. So,
okay. Yeah,
you know,
there's nothing on here about money.
They suspected that they wanted his money.
No, it's highly possible. It said I've got nothing about money, just Mexico and this warehouse here, and then the number there says like 418. I'll get that up there. I don't. That could be 1418, or it actually could be 418, and that could be maybe a building. So that might be an address of the warehouse that I think he's being held in. I'm not sure, but we will get this up. And we also, the cases are up in the forum, right, Deborah? Already?
Yes, they are.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Deborah?
No, not on that case.
Okay. So let's get moving on. These are the 3 old cases. They're from actually 2007. The first case is number 553. It's Sarah Kinslow. The case was requested to be opened by Molly on February 17th of 07. Deborah, what information do we have for Sarah?
This is for Sarah, and her name is spelled S-A-R-A-H, is the spelling for Sarah on this one. Her middle name is Elizabeth. Her last name is Kinslow. She's been missing since May 1st of 2001 from Greenville, Texas. She's classified as an endangered runaway. Now, in so many of the cases, we don't know when they're young if they really ran away of their own, you know, their own choice. It seems that a lot of times they just figure that a teenager would be a runaway. I know there's some that they classify them that way and they were actually abducted. So that doesn't really mean a whole lot. I think when they're young and they're missing, period. And if they did willfully run away.
Yeah, I agree. If you're not responsible for your own actions at below a certain age, and that's what the law says, then you're not responsible for running away. Thus, you are missing.
The parents are.
Well, you can blame the parents, but I'm saying the most important thing is to find the child. Go on, Deb, sorry.
Yeah, well, I think when they list them that way, you know, when they list a teenager as a runaway, I think that people don't pay as much attention to try to help find them.
Exactly.
You know, and that hurts the search efforts. So I don't pay a whole lot of attention to that. We've seen in cases where they've listed them as a runaway and they truly weren't, because they were actually abducted, and vice versa. So, you know, we've seen that in different cases. I wish we had a better system, but I'm grateful for the one that we have.
And that's another reason for these sick predators to get on, like I said, these sites and, you know, take kids that are, let's say, you know, 14, 15, or 16, knowing that they're going to be classified as a runaway. No one's going to be looking for them. So, you know what I'm saying? That actually is good for the predators. You know? I mean...
Yeah, it gives them a helping hand, so to speak, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Well, she's a runaway.
Well, I don't think that a 14-year-old is able to make effective enough decisions regarding their own well-being, you know, to be allowed to be classified as a runaway. If they're missing, I don't care if they went on their own, they're still missing, and so that's the case with Sarah. She was 14 when she went missing, and they classified her as a runaway.
Okay,
back in 2001.
Looking at these dream drawings, I think she was definitely abducted. Do you have anything else for Sarah, or do you want me to get into this?
Well, I can get some information for Sarah.
Okay, go ahead.
I just had to have my little rant on the system.
Fine.
Sarah was, let's see, she's 5 feet 4 inches tall, 100 to 105 pounds when she went missing. Caucasian female, blonde hair, blue eyes. She has a tattoo of the letter I on the inside of her ankle. She has 2 chickenpox scars on the left side of her nose, and she also has one on her left temple. It does say that her teeth are crooked, and her left ear is pierced 4 times. She has 2 piercings in the lobe and 2 times up in the cartilage. Now, on the right side, her right ear, she has 2 or 3 piercings in her lobe. She may have dyed her hair another color, possibly brown, and she may cut her hair also. So we do know that they can change their appearances. She has long blonde hair in the photos that are out there, and her description when she went missing. So be watching for changes in appearance also. She was last seen when she was dropped off at school, and she was attending Greenville Middle School. So last time she was seen was about 7:20 in the morning. She did not make it to any of her classes that day, and she had been planning on meeting her friends that day at a local cemetery and skipping school, and she didn't show up there either. They used tracking dogs, and they tracked Sarah's scent to 2 blocks from the school, and then it ended. There was a witness that claimed he saw Sarah inside of an older model light blue Ford truck at about 3:30 in the afternoon. And they say that the truck was also nearby to the school, and it was driven by a Caucasian male in his 30s. That man had dark brown hair and a pencil-type mustache. So he must have had a really thin mustache. The witness said that Sarah didn't appear to be upset and that she wasn't trying to get away. Someone else, another witness, stated that Sarah was at a phone booth in Caddo Mills, Texas, after the time that she was last seen. About a week after Sarah went missing, her 18-year-old boyfriend, here we have this happening again, she's 14 years old and there's an 18-year-old.
Right.
I have a problem with that personally. I think that's a little much, but, you know, it happens. His name is Curtis Wayne Bell, and they arrested him and they charged him with aggravated sexual assault of a child. While they were investigating Sarah being missing, they found out that she was sexually involved with him, but it was consensual, but she was not legal age to give that consent. Sarah's parents did not allow her to date at the time, but they knew that she had a relationship with this 18-year-old. Curtis Wayne Bell lives in Quinlan, Texas, and he is one of the people that was supposed to be skipping school that day, meeting at the cemetery. He says that he had been dating her for about 2 months prior to her going missing, and that she wanted to marry him. And it also states that she had wrote in her diary that she would be running away to Mexico with this 18-year-old named Curtis Wayne Bell, if her parents didn't allow her to be with him. Bell states that they did talk about running away to Mexico, but that they weren't being serious about that. Well, this guy, this 18-year-old, is not missing, you know, so they didn't run away together. Sarah didn't take any extra clothes with her. She didn't take any of her personal items. Police, the authorities, do think that she left on her own. That's probably why they have her listed as a runaway. She does have several friends that failed their polygraph test, though. And that's all the information I have about that. I don't know, as far as specifics, you know, what they were failed, you know, what parts they failed or anything like that. So that's pretty much what I have on this. What do you have on our case?
All right, thank you, Deborah. Good research. The dream drawings were done on 11. You get a phone call. November 29th of 2007. The first dream drawing says
Pressure weapons.
X1137, blue Saturn car, 4-door. Casey took her to a trailer outside Dallas, Texas. She is safe. Amy lives there with it. Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
Brett, can you please take that outside? X1137, blue Saturn car, 4-door KC took her to trailer outside Dallas, Texas. She is safe. Amy lives there with her too, but she's not her daughter. The next dream drawing says, Eagle Pass flag, Native American. Toad, T-O-A-D. Not exactly sure what that means. I think that might be an acronym. 49 male. There's a drawing of a, it might be a male. He's got really long hair, some type of jeweler on the neck. The next one says Texas 9 X311 fire foil. And that is a drawing of, it's like a trailer on stilts. It might be a trash can or burn umbrella out in front of it. I believe there's tinfoil on the window. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's the first picture up in the chat window in the top right hand of this right hand corner of your screen. You can just click on that and we'll open a new window. The translation says that, well, what I wrote back then says, I believe that Sarah was taken by a 49-year-old male, most likely of Native American persuasion. And this is a very small box shaped trailer on wooden stilts. I believe that she is alive and another child may be with her. The numbers in the first drawing might be a license plate tag, and that would be the numbers X1137 on that blue Saturn car. And it also says if anyone knows such a place, please check it out. I did not feel this. I said I did not feel this man is capable of killing anyone, but is most likely mentally ill. There was a response from Luis, December 19th of 07, asking if I can do another dream drawing on that. And of course I said yes and never got it done. So I'm very sorry about that, but Deborah, we can get this one redone too.
Right, I've listed Sarah for a redo.
Okay, thank you. Anything else for Sarah?
I don't have anything on her case.
Okay, then our next case is case number 554, Lisa Stebic. The case was requested to be opened February 17th of 07. I got it done on November 29th of 2007. The request again was from, oh, sorry guys, wrong case. This case was requested to be opened on November 23rd of 2007. Not exactly sure by who, but it was done on the 29th again of November. Deborah, what information do we have for Lisa?
This is for Lisa Michelle Stebic, and she has been missing since April 30th of 2007 from Plainfield, Illinois. Plainfield is not far from Bolingbrook, Illinois, which is where Stacy Peterson is missing out of. Lisa's date of birth is May 19th of 1969. She was 37 years old at the time that she went missing. Her 40th birthday is coming up here in May. 5 feet 2 inches tall, 125 pounds, Caucasian female with brown hair and brown eyes. She has several tattoos. She has a rose tattooed on her ankle. She has a pink heart on her abdomen. And she has a butterfly with the name Zach and Lexi in the middle of her back. Her maiden name is Ruttenberg. She was reported missing by a neighbor on May 1st of 07. The last time she was seen was April 30th, and that was at her home in the 13,200 block of Red Star Drive in Plainfield, Illinois. At the time that she went missing, she was living in that home with her husband Craig and their 2 children. Craig states that last saw her about 6 p.m. that evening. She normally went to work out each evening at the North Plainfield High School, and he thinks that she got a ride to the high school that evening. It states that she did take her purse and her cell phone with her when she went missing, and there has not been any activity on the phone or on her credit cards. Her vehicle was left behind in the garage, and that's the last known contact with Lisa, was that night. Craig had filed for a divorce several months before Lisa went missing, but they were continuing to live under the same roof. Her friends state that she was looking forward to starting her new life, and the husband says that even though they were living in the same house still, that they were conducting separate lives and they didn't speak very often. On the day that she went missing, she had mailed a petition to her attorney trying to get her husband, Craig Stebic, out of the family home. She described him as unnecessarily relentless, cruel, inconsiderate, domineering, and verbally abusive. She also further stated that his behavior was detrimental to their 2 young children. It said that they were also having financial problems. At the time that she went missing, the home was mortgaged for more than it was actually worth, and that Craig Stebic had recently been laid off from his job. Lisa's friends say that she was afraid of her husband, and she was attending counseling sessions for battered women. At the time that she went missing, and they were in the process of getting a divorce at the time, they had been married for 14 years. There was a police call to the residence in 2006 when there was a verbal argument between Lisa and Craig, but there was no arrest made, and nothing came of that incident. Craig Stebic had been convicted prior on a felony, though. That was a weapons charge in the late 1990s, and he does not have any convictions that would show any violent streak, though. They did search Lisa's home several times. They also took their 2 vehicles and searched those, and inside of one of them was a tarp. Some of the media articles out there say that there was blood found on that tarp that was in one of the vehicles, but that's never been confirmed. About 2 months after Lisa went missing, they named her husband, Craig Stebic, as a person of interest. In the beginning, they said that he was not cooperating with the investigation. He also didn't allow his children to be interviewed. Children, depending on what age, a lot of times children see and hear things, and people don't even really know their interest, listening. I would think that, if their mom is missing, they should be allowed to talk, and they can make some kind of a decision, if the kids actually have information or not. I don't think they should be stopped from talking. But he didn't cooperate very much, and he didn't want the kids to be involved in it. They do suspect that there's foul play in Lisa's case. And what do you have on this case?
All right, thank you, Deborah. I actually have 3 different sets of dream drawings done at different times. There's been a lot of attention to this case. I think that Jim actually assisted us in taking some images, correct?
Yes, Jim has been out there,
Okay.
looking around and taking photos quite a bit for Lisa's case.
Okay. I don't see any relation to this Stacy Peterson case. Did you?
I don't see that they'd be connected. There's not really been lines drawn, to that effect.
Okay.
One thing that's, kind of ties them together is their location. And like I mentioned earlier, Plainfield is very close to Bolingbrook.
Okay. The first dream drawings were done on November 24th of 2007. It says Lisa is not alive. Tire iron. Ex-boyfriend took her to the place that they always went and hit her on the head. And then the letters C and T. There's a drawing of a vehicle there. Once again, you guys, if you want to click on what I'm seeing right now, it's the middle image, case number 554. The second one is a drawing. It's got a picture of a man there too. It says wears a T-shirt. I believe that is the type. I don't know what that comment means yet. Black boxers. They are there. Go to his. Okay. Just typing. Go to Deborah. Deborah. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Black boxers. They are there. Go to his park. Plastic bag in septic tank will prove. Kendall Road, and then the letters SS. Dogs can find the body, and then the number 14. The next one says check again for crossing. 917-263, 1/4 mile from Fox Box. I remember Jim brought up some stuff about that. I'm not exactly sure. He threatened, and then a question mark. Her not to see him on the 10th 3-gate boat in woods. Now, what it said back then, it says, I'm sorry, but I do not think Lisa's alive. She was killed by her ex-boyfriend because of jealousy. I think he took her in a truck to a park they both knew well. Walked to some sort of gate. Then he hit her on the head with a tire iron. Wonderful. He may have used some sort of boat hidden in the woods to get rid of her body. I also think that he took off his clothes and burned them. Thus the reason for me writing he was wearing a T-shirt and boxers. if sniffer dogs are available, they may be of some use. Would have them try to find the scent of the ex-boyfriend first, if he had one, and then the scent of Lisa. This is all I know and can remember. I hope it helps, and she is located. Then there's some maps here, probably from Stacy. That typing is from Stacy. There's actually a lot of information that's posted up here. You guys can read that. I'm not going to go into all that. But there was another dream drawing, or a dream that may be related, and that was done on October 13th. And it says, yeah, actually that was a dream drawing that in the past that somebody may have thought had been related. Yeah, it was DD6076. It says Lisa 19446 at 3 miles. That was done before this case. So looking back, I think Jim went back in history. That's good because a lot of things might actually be before this case was open. Then a reply back from Jim, and then he asked me, did I think that case or DD6088 may be related, and I wasn't exactly sure. It says go back, and there's a bridge there in a triangle. It looks like a bridge over some type of waterway. It might be like a concrete type of waterway or aqueduct or something like that. Then Jim was kind enough to send us a whole bunch of pictures as far as the areas. I don't think I was able to come up with anything helpful, but there was a lot of stuff put up there that may be related. I think Jim and I did work on this case a little bit, but that's all that was ever done. And that's all I have for Lisa. Anything else on this case, Deborah?
I don't have anything more on Lisa's case.
Okay.
I did get word while you were talking, though, from someone in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Gail has arrived. Gail and Tamara have arrived safely to where they're staying.
Great news. If I know Gail, she'd be out there looking right now, but I think she needs to get some sleep.
I think she does too.
Okay. All right, let's move on to our final case of the night. This is Everlyse Cabrera. The case number is 555. It was requested to be opened on February 3rd of 2007 by Carla, and it was open on November 29th of 2007. Deborah, what information do we have for Everlyse? I'm pronouncing that right? Everlyse.
Yeah, Everlyse. Everlyse has been missing since June 10th of 2006 from North Las Vegas. Her date of birth is January 26th of 2004. She was 2 years old when she went missing. Right now, she would be 5 years old. At the time, 2 feet 6 inches tall, 25 pounds. She's a Hispanic female with black hair and brown eyes, last seen wearing a pink shirt, pink shorts, and no shoes on her feet. Everlyse and her younger brother, at the time that she went missing, were living with foster parents. Their names are V and Manuel Carrascal, and that's Carrascal. The place that they lived was in the 6500 block of Diamond Point Circle in North Las Vegas. They said that they checked on Everlyse at about 1 in the morning and she was asleep in her bed. The next time they checked on her was about 8 a.m. and she was gone. The theory at that point was that she stood on a chair and she unlocked the front door of the home and she wandered outside. They didn't even report Everlyse missing until noon, and that was a full 4 hours after they found out that she was missing. The foster parents, the Carrascals, stopped cooperating with law enforcement very soon into the investigation. And when they were questioning people, they say that no one outside of the foster parents remember seeing Everlyse after May 15th. And that was the last day that Everlyse's biological parents saw her. That's almost a month before she went missing. Everlyse's parents, their names are Marlena Olivas, O-L-I-V-A-S, however you pronounce that, and her father's name is Ernesto Cabrera. They filed a lawsuit against the foster parents and against the Nevada Department of Family Services in September of that year, stating that there was negligence in supervising and monitoring Everlyse in the foster care system there. The foster parents had an adult-age son who lived in the home with them. In fact, he owned the home, and he was not licensed to provide foster care himself, and they did not perform a background check on him, and that's a violation of the standard procedure. So that was, part of the lawsuit also. Everlyse's parents also named their own daughter as a defendant in the lawsuit, and they appointed a guardian ad litem to represent Everlyse. The Cabrera family, they're the foster parents, they took the Fifth Amendment on that one. They didn't want to incriminate themselves, and they wouldn't answer questions when they were asked about Everlyse's disappearance. And the lawyers tried to get the court to force them to talk, but the judge claimed that they had the right to refuse. In September of 2007, a year after, they settled it for $300,000, and that was the maximum amount that they could settle it for, according to the insurance policy that they had, through the foster care system. And it did release the foster parents from any future civil liability. Her biological parents had asked for $2.3 million from Clark County, but that was not granted to them. The last day that Everlyse was seen by her biological parents, they said that she had a burn on her hand, and they were not ever given an explanation as to why. They did some investigating into the foster parents, and they found out that a foster child they had previous to having Everlyse there had sustained second and third degree burns while that child had been in their care. And that child did end up getting treatment at an emergency room and had to stay a whole night in the hospital. They said that he'd been burned by hot soup, but they never gave any explanation as to why Everlyse had the burns on her. What do you have in this case, Brian?
I have murder.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, if you call, murder. The dream drawings were done on November 28th of 2007. First one says, child was shaken to death by stand-in mother. David, bed was moved, bleeding from the nose. Sheets were washed, blood drops still in room. There's a picture, it looks like a bedroom. Once again, it's the, if you guys want to see this case, the top right picture in the chat room, case number 555. It looks like a nightstand there, some type of lamp. Not exactly sure what the top image on the right is, but it says the child was shaken to death by stand-in mother. Next one says, find the blood in the woman of red will take you to the grave. Check miles on car. It was driven to dam, Hoover Dam. David helped, and then the word 21. Find the blood in the woman. Okay, so apparently, find some type of blood or something like that will make maybe possibly this woman confess to what happens and take whoever to where the grave is. And it also says the third dream drawing says Nevada Games, old yellow school bus, and the numbers 2 and 5. I don't know if those numbers are on the bus or not. It's not in the drawing. The drawing of the school bus is. And then it says, I certainly hope I'm wrong about this, but I believe the child was murdered by a woman taking care of her. The body was taken to a place near the Hoover Dam, and more than likely this occurred after death. Since the death was not planned, it should be very, very easily to find mistakes made by this woman of red. Not really sure what that means. Woman of red, I don't know what that means either. I would also look for an old yellow school bus. This is where the body might be found. A man named David means something. Not sure if he's involved or not. And that's all I have on this, and that's where it stopped. No comments, no post nothing. Anything else?
No, except, the foster parents, they, obviously by what I said, they've looked at them as, being involved in Everlyse's disappearance, or, what could have happened to her, but they've never officially named them suspects.
Well, something happens.
Yeah, and personally, I don't understand the delay, a 4-hour delay, when it's a
I don't understand how soup puts you in the hospital, or how, no, that's bull. That's bull. I mean, I don't buy it. Just what you said, I don't buy it. Do you?
No, I don't. I would think that I don't understand why. I mean, I know we have a good legal system. We have the best of, anywhere else in the world. We have to be grateful for that. But in this case, you know, the judge did not make them talk. They were allowed to take the fifth so they didn't incriminate themselves. So, you know, should we take that to believe that when people do horrible things, they can just plead the fifth and go on with their lives? And they're allowed by law to do that? When, you know, we're talking about a 2-year-old being missing. Yeah, I don't understand how they can be allowed to get away with that and not cooperate.
I don't either. But we can work on this case again too. Thank you, Deborah. We're almost out of time. We covered those cases. We're going to be covering 3 more cases tomorrow. Plus, we'll give you updates on Gail St. John's search for Aji and Haley. Anything else that we need to discuss tonight?
Not that I know of.
All right, guys. This is Aji Desir. He went missing January 10th, 2007 from Ockley, Florida. He's 6 years old. Has the mental capability or capacity of a 2-year-old. Gail's going down there right now, and she's actually, from what we heard, she's in the area now. She's in a hotel. She's going to start a search tomorrow morning. If you guys would like to assist in the search and in the area, Gail would be happy to have you with her. Just go to her website, www.psychicgail.com, and send her an email. She's wanting people to help her search in whatever whatever else, you know, maybe like water or whatever else they may need. She's down there searching, and we're all hoping and praying that you know, that something will come of this, because the Aji Desir case really needs some attention. After that, she will be going to the Orlando area to help search for Haley Emery Cummings. She went missing, I believe, February 10th of 2009 under a little bit different circumstances, a little bit different things than Aji did. Eerily, it's very, I'm sorry, very similarly related to the Kaylee Anthony case. Fortunately, this case is getting a lot of attention. That seems to be all that's talked about on Nancy Grace, other than other than Kaylee Anthony. Let's hope that Nancy Grace does decide to do a little more broadcasting on Aji. Anything else we want to put out, Deborah?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay, don't forget we're still running the What's in the Box program. This is the box again. It's on the top. Sorry, it's on your left side of the screen, but here's the box. It's a box or something significant inside the box. If you want to participate in the remote viewing / stream drawing, whatever, send a blank email to test1, the number 1, at missingpersonforum.com. It's the URL on top of the screen. You'll get an autoresponder back with a picture of the box and its location. Its location is Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. Take that, take the email that you get back, print it on your printer if you'd like, or you can actually just draw a box, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. Fold it twice, like I mentioned. Say one more time. This is what I do. It doesn't mean it works for everybody. This is what I do. I fold it one way, then the opposite direction. Fold it like this. Place it under your pillow. And then that said, I usually take a notepad with me. I take a voice recorder, whatever. If you have a dream throughout the night, try to record it. Try to write it down. If you are able to get anything, please let us know. You can send an email to what's in the box at missingpersonforum.com. The URL again is on top of your screen. And whoever gets what's in the box actually gets what's in the box. There's air in the box, but there's actually something important. At least it's important and valuable to me that's inside the box. So if you get that correctly, you will win what's in the box, and I will send it to you absolutely free of charge. Want to say anything on that, Deborah? Deborah? Did I lose Deborah? Okay.
No, I'm here.
Okay. I said, did I miss anything on that? And by the way, guys, this right here, this is not Gail's car. I was trying to make a little joke. Those are not the search dogs, and that's not Gail's car. But they could be. I mean, it's a little thing. And this is not the vehicle she's riding in either. That is the Ghostbusters vehicle, if you guys may or not caught that. Just trying to make some jokes every once in a while. Serious stuff we all have to, release stress or whatever somehow. Brett, do you have any comments before I smack you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Missing Persons TV with Brian and Deborah. Good night.